All right. So Anthony, right? That's your name, right, Anthony? I'm Ezekiel. Where do you see yourself on the sign right here? On the left is what God calls us in the Bible, and then on the right is what we're known as today, because of what happened to us in slavery. So where do you see yourself?
The first one?
The first one, so you're from the tribe of Judah, so-called American black. It goes according to the house of your father. You know what your father is?
No.
He said no? All right, give me Romans 8:16. All right, so he makes a good point, right? Some of us we don't have a relationship with that. We don't know our history like that, right? So we're going to show what the Bible says. Does that mean that the Bible's not for us? No, this is what the Bible says. Read. You don't got to do it.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
So if you bear witness what the Bible says happened to us, we're the sons of God. Because some of us, we don't know our history. We don't know, like, we can't trace our lineage back. Some of us don't, like you said, don't know who our father is, right? So when you fill out a job application, which one do you fill out usually? If you had, which box do you check, right? So-called American blacks, right? So we're going to see if your spirit bears witness what the Bible says. Go to Deuteronomy 28. So let me ask you this. Who did this happen to? I'm going to read you some stuff from the Bible, and I want you to identify who that happened to, whether you bear witness with that. Remember Deuteronomy 28, start verse 15, and jump to verse 48. Right.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
So right here, this is Moses. He's speaking to the children of Israel in the wilderness. And he's going to give them a warning. Read.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So if the children of Israel don't listen, right, read.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So if these people right here, the children of Israel, they don't listen to God, curses will come upon those children of Israel, right? Now jump to verse 48. Let's find out if you bear witness to what the Bible says. Read.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
So let me ask you this. Do you identify what happened to us, right? That we would have to serve our enemies. We have to serve another nation. Do you identify what happened to us right here? What do you see happening on the sign right here? No, take a look. Take a look. So what's happening right here? Say what? You said they're looking like they're trading. Actually, no, they're not trading. Look what it says. You see this ad right here? What does it say? It says, cash. All present that have slaves to dispose of will do well by giving me a call. Highest price for men, women, and children. That's an ad from back in the day. So did you bear witness what the Bible says, that your forefathers were taken into slavery? You have to serve another nation, right? But guess what? It gets deeper than that. Keep reading.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst.
So right now, Anthony, when you gotta get food, where do you go to? The store, right? Which store? You go to Walmart, Kroger, Publix, Aldi, Winn-Dixie, Harvey's. Where you go? So you gotta go to Walmart, Publix. But who owns Walmart? Who owns Publix? Some other people, right? Another nation. Right. It's our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Indians. We own those things? No. So we gotta go to somebody else to get what we need, right? Read.
And in nakedness.
Well, and what?
And in thirst.
All right. So if you gotta get something to drink, where you go? Whatever you drinking. What? You go to the corner store? Who usually runs the corner store? Who usually runs the corner store? Whenever you buying your Gatorade, you buying your water, you buying your liquor, who you go to? Who you gotta go to? You go to your own people? No, you gotta go to, usually if it's a liquor store, it'd be someone from like the Middle East, the Arab or somebody, right? Then you gotta go to another nation to get food. Walmart, you gotta get your liquor, water, JEA, you gotta go to another nation. Keep reading.
And in nakedness.
Where do you get your clothes from? Nike, you got the Nike jacket. Adidas. All these different brands is not owned by our people. We gotta go to somebody else.
Right.
Right, read. Keep reading.
And in want of all things.
What do you need to learn about religion, about God? Where you gotta get an education? Where you gotta get your cell phone? Where you gotta pay your bills? Who you gotta go to? You gotta go to another nation. That's a curse from God.
Right.
Give me just verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So the Lord said, this is another curse, right? We got to go to another nation. But God said that we have to go to Egypt again. Right? What does Egypt mean? You know? No, you don't know, right? Let's find out what Egypt means according to the Bible. Read Exodus 20 and 2. You listening, Anthony? All right. I know
The
it's
book of
not.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2.
Read.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So Egypt means bondage. So go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. So read that part again.
It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So the Lord will bring the children of Israel into Egypt again. Egypt means house of bondage. It means captivity,
Right.
slavery. We have to go into slavery again with what?
With ships.
So we have to go. Who went on slavery? Who went into slavery on cargo slave ships? Who that happened to? Did that happen to the so-called white man, or the so-called Arab man, or the so-called Chinese man? No. Who that happened to? So-called black people, right? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. This is our history that's written in the Bible. It's the so-called Israelites, the so-called black people that got to go to another nation for anything they need. Right? Keep reading.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
And once we got taken on our slave ships, did we ever go back to where we came from, our homeland? No, we didn't. Keep reading.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
And just like he said before, once we got taken into slavery on ships, what happened to us? What did you see on the sign? You see the ad right here. We were sold as slaves, as bondmen and bondwomen. This is our history. It's not something that happened to anybody else. Because we all like to say, oh, that happened to everybody. But no, it didn't. The Bible says, Daniel 9:11, it did not it only happened to the children of Israel. It only happened to us. Yeah, give me Daniel 9:11 real quick.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.